Go.
Against the Ropes podcast.
Went back against the rope. He's desperately trying to
Against the
cover.
ropes, number one.
Ali won't extend himself while out against the rope. But Ali still tries.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Against the Ropes podcast number 96. Double Trouble, second episode of the day. We are back as promised. Right, Chris?
Yeah, we're back, 96.
Yeah. Gio Garcia here alongside Christian Mosqueda. And we do have a special guest here joining us via video chat.
Yeah, we have a very special guest, bantamweight, 3-0, 3 knockouts, just had a huge win on national television. None other than Mr. Gabriel Muratalla. So yeah, welcome, brother. Welcome. This is your space. We're just gonna have a good little conversation.
Classes in session.
Classes in session. Good one. So welcome, man. How's your day so far?
Oh, it's going good, man. Just a regular day today.
Hey.
And you do have some training, huh, in a little bit at 5 p.m. So
Yeah, I do.
we'll do a short show according to our standards. We tend to go a little long, but we'll cut it short.
Okay, yeah,
Try
no
to
problem.
respect
Whatever works for you
your
guys.
schedule, you know.
Yeah, if you ring the bell, you let us know that class is over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My first question, Gabe, is did you know you always wanted to be a teacher, or like did it just happen, or
Honestly, I had no idea.
Hmm.
I just got my bachelor's at Cal State San Bernardino,
Okay.
and I knew I wanted to work with kids though.
Hmm.
But I think my first goal was to be a social worker,
Okay.
and then from there, I just had like a few jobs, and I was like a assistant school teacher for the middle school, and then it was an after school program, so it was after school, and that I love that too. Just the middle schoolers are a little rough and tough,
Yeah.
so I started or I got the opportunity to be a preschool teacher,
Mhm.
and yeah, I take that position anytime.
Nice.
What's more stressful, boxing or dealing with the 4 or 5 year olds?
Honestly, probably the children. Yeah, in that class, it gets it's I have 2 classes. I have a 3 years old class and a 4 years old class.
Oh.
And the 3-year-olds runs 3 hours, and the 4-year-olds is a 4-hour class.
Okay.
And just that one class, I feel like a whole day, like a whole 8 hours.
Wow. You ever have to dodge any punches? Anybody throwing a shoe at you or anything?
Oh yeah, break up a lot of fights.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Ironic, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my head when I break up the fights. I'm like, man, this little kid is gonna be a fighter,
Yeah.
but can't mention it.
That's funny. Yeah. Do you have to deal with because I know the first few weeks is especially tough for these kids, right? Separation anxiety. How do you deal with that?
Oh man, it's just really just comforting them and giving them attention, because yeah, those first 2 weeks are probably the most stressful, just because of so much crying going on.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I have patience and I'm used to it.
So how do you find time to train and to focus on boxing and of course focus on your other career as well?
Yeah. I just make time, honestly. Right after work, come home, take a quick nap because I do get exhausted with the kids. So I do take a quick nap and then training. And luckily we have the gym at our house, so it works out perfect.
Nice. What does a day to day look like for you? Just detail it out.
Yeah. So I believe school would start 7 a.m. So I would get there, sign the parents in. The parents would drop them off, and we have our regular class, teaching them the 1, 2, 3s, ABCs. We also have a lot of fun in the class, so we'll have a lot of games.
1, 2, 3 as far as numbers, guys, not combinations. All right.
Right now, I think, or earlier, I had them at number 25. So,
Okay.
and yeah, the kids are amazing. So after that, after class is over, sign them back with their parents, and then I'll drive home. So I live in Fontana, and the school is in Rancho Cucamonga, so it wasn't a far drive.
Okay.
And right after I get home, take a quick nap, like I said, and then just start right when I wake up, stretch out, training, depending on what we're doing that day. We have sparring, we have training, mid work. My dad's my coach, so my dad would do mid work. My compadre, also Yobanaba, also do mid work with me, conditioning, whatever. So after training, that's basically, it's like probably 8 p.m. by that time. And the rest is shower, sleep, repeat the next day.
Repeat the next day.
Yeah, because you look like in better shape than most boxers, honestly. So I think it's we respect it a lot that you're able to basically work 2 jobs, and with the kids, it probably seems like more than one job, right? But yeah,
thank you.
Like Xicana Boxing here on the comment section says, teacher and fighter, respect. And then Derek says, no one messes with his class. Laughing my ass off.
Right.
And that is one of the things that caught people's attention, right? After your fight. Well, they actually mentioned it during your fight on ESPN that you were a preschool teacher. And then, of course, everybody, once you won by knockout, tremendous knockout. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you.
I think everybody was waiting to see what you were going to say, right, in the interview. Did you get a little nervous?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so how was that like? You just won by knockout, national television. What were you thinking when you were getting up on the small stage and talking with Bernardo Osuna?
Oh yeah. Honestly, so during the fight, even before the fight, I wasn't nervous at all. I thought I would be nervous, but I was not at all. So even getting in the ring, everything's smooth. I felt great after the fight. After the knockout, felt great. But once I hit the discussion, we're about to talk on live television. That's when it started hitting me in my head. I'm like, man, everybody's probably watching me right now on TV. So then the nerves barely started kicking in. So I did have a few of the little stutters here and there.
Yeah, this was your first fight in the States, correct? You previously fought your first 2 fights in Tijuana.
In Tijuana,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, how was this different from fighting in Tijuana?
There's
Oh
a
man,
lot
it
less
was
people here.
it was a lot different, but nervous wise, it was both the same. I know in TJ, at the time there was fans and audience, so I did hear a lot of chanting. So that was the main difference with no audience right now. I just didn't hear anything.
How do you feel like that affected in any way your performance? Like just not hearing like those cheers, those chants?
Honestly, I not for me, just because I only had 3 fights. I think maybe with the fighters that have more experience, I think they're more used to that.
Okay.
But as of right now, it didn't affect me at all.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I did kind of hear I think I saw on ESPN, you could like cheer. You go on a website to cheer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hearing I thought it was kind of strange. I kept hearing like the woohoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because on TV we can't really
we can't
tell what they're. We just hear like background noise, but we can't tell exactly what they're saying.
Gotcha.
So let me ask you this: how is it inside that bubble? Right, that's what they've been calling it, Top Rank. That
Oh
bubble, like,
man,
what is it like, man?
we're literally quarantined. Once we get there to check in, Vegas is it's up and regular. People with no mask.
Hmm.
They're just walk pool parties. I even seen pool parties,
Oh wow.
Wow.
and I'm like, man. So we go up to our floor, and it's a floor just for the fighters and the managers and the trainers. And once you go up there, you get tested for the coronavirus,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't leave your rooms for I think 9 hours.
Oh wow.
And then so basically you just sleep the next day, wake up, and you go on a shuttle to get breakfast, for lunch, dinner. You literally the only time you go out is on that shuttle, and it's very quick just to get your food. You eat in a cafeteria, and they bring you right back to the hotel.
Hmm.
Wow.
And I'm assuming you already have like a specific diet, right, that you have to follow just to keep that weight in check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what was on the menu for you these days?
It's usually my last week that I go on my diet,
Okay.
but it's really not that hard at the moment to drop my weight. I know my brother Raymond,
Mm-hmm.
he has a harder time with his weight, but only because he does have to actually lose the weight. I'm very skinny, so I'm not really sure how to explain it, but my brother he has his meals, everything prepped. He's like on it, and with me, I kind of lose it like too easy.
And your brother is signed with Top Rank, actually, right?
Yeah, signed with Top Rank, 9-0 right now.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we were telling you before the show. He looks familiar. I'm pretty sure we've seen him around somewhere here in the LA area
Hmm.
in these shows. And yeah, so he's with Top Rank, undefeated, just like you. Is he fighting anytime soon? Do you know?
Yeah, he's fighting in August. I'm not sure of the date yet,
Yeah.
but yeah, he will be in the ring in August.
And he's also part of the RGBA camp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's honestly whatever I do, he's right next to me.
Nice. So how long have you been with Robert and the fighters there? How long have you guys been there training, and how did that
Um,
relationship come about?
it was with Raymond actually.
Hmm.
Um, I think we've been there maybe 2 years already. 2 years,
Or a year and a half.
like a year and a half. And we always knew Robert. He's a super cool guy, but
Mhm.
I think Robert had a fighter fight when Raymond was fighting one day. Man, it was a while ago.
Hector Tanahara.
Oh, Hector Tanahara.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was fighting at one of or what was the Pachanga?
The no, it was the theater over there in Hollywood.
Somewhere in Hollywood, some theater, and my brother fought, and I mean, he wasn't, my brother wasn't signed with anybody, and Robert kind of saw Raymond, and he really liked Raymond, and that's when he just spoke to my dad, and they had a good convo, and ever since then we just kind of went towards Robert's direction.
Okay.
Now, do you guys start boxing because of your father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was he just a boxing fan, or did he have some fighting background as well?
Not boxing, not boxing amateur or like experience, but
In the
yeah, he was
streets?
more of like a boxing fan.
Yeah, so when you guys get that call to get the opportunity to fight on ESPN Top Rank, did you hesitate a little bit at all because of the current situations? Or
Oh
did you
no,
just
that's
said
one
yes
thing
right away?
about me and Raymond. We, like you guys say, like you can tell we're fit. I think I just love the staying fit and like exercising. I don't know what it is, but yeah, once I got that call, we said yes immediately. I was already ready.
Nice. Did you feel any type of nerves going up the first steps? Did you feel like this fight was gonna go? It was gonna end in the time that it did, or did you feel it was gonna be a little bit longer?
Oh yeah, I definitely thought it was gonna go longer.
Oh,
I know Robert had some fighters fight this opponent, and yeah, there's Robert was telling me he's pretty tough guy. So just be smart. And yeah, I was kind of shocked that I got the knockout.
Let me go to some comments here on the comment section. Chicana Boxing, shout out to Lily. She says, "Do your students watch your fights?" They probably did now, huh?
Honestly, 4 years old, I don't even. I
Yeah.
don't think they even look. I think maybe a second. Cause you know what?
Mhm.
You know what's funny? I also work at Lowe's Saturday and Sunday,
Mhm.
and I got one of my friends saying, "Oh, I watched your fight. It was amazing."
Dope.
He's like, "But one of my aunts said she knew you," and he was like, "Man, I was like, I thought I knew. I thought I was the only one that knew Gabriel. He works with me at Lowe's." And
Right.
she said, "No, that's my daughter's preschool
Oh
teacher."
Oh
wow!
wow.
And yeah, so it was pretty shocking hearing that some parents were watching it and she supported it. So that was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, if any kids see it, like, man, we're not gonna act out no more. Dang.
I know. They're gonna start telling
Yeah,
the
I
other
was
kids
just
to be
reading some of the
quiet, huh?
comments on like the top rank.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're hilarious.
Well, what do they say? I haven't seen
I
them.
think just like after the knockout, they're like, "Oh man, he put this guy in detention." And just like just like teacher comments. But man, I like it. It's funny.
That's funny, man. They're clever with their comments there,
I
man.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got some other ones here. J Boogie Silver, Team Muratalla all day. How many
That's
fish
it.
tanks are in your house? Same person is asking.
How many fish tanks? We got like 3, huh?
Three.
3.
And he says, "What does it say on your shirt?"
Oh, Puro Golpe.
The sponsors.
It's
Puro
my
Golpe.
sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Get their gear. It's beautiful shirts. Puro Golpe. If you know the meaning, it's a good saying.
Nice.
And I think this one. Oh, it has
your
Chingua
name.
Taya as well. Our last name.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. You know, you do have a good backing, huh? Because I think we posted just a clip of us giving you props for your fight, and then I think you might have shared it, and next thing you know, there's like
Yeah.
dozens of comments saying Team
Yeah,
Muratalla,
yeah.
and
Man, I love them.
Yeah. I guess.
It's mostly family too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly family. They always support, so I definitely appreciate them.
Do you have a big family, Gabe?
Oh yeah, huge family.
A la primos, primas,
Yeah,
tíos, tías.
huge. Yeah,
Now-
it never stops. My mom's side and my dad's side.
Now you probably have more, huh? More random primos that just show up.
It's like, yeah, man, I saw you on TV.
Yeah.
You're my cousin. Like,
Primo, what's up?
primo de primo. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So was it I'm pretty sure it's not what you envisioned, right? Your US debut. You probably want to have your whole family there in the crowd, but like we said, given the circumstances, it's a little bit different.
Definitely, yeah. Super weird. Like, I'm usually at my brother's fights with Raymond and our whole family. We're all in the hotel. We're all having a good time. But this time, man, no family, just me and my dad, and just in the hotel, stuck all day.
Dang.
What did your brother tell you about the bout?
About my fight,
Yeah.
oh, that I did good. He's always giving me like, you need to do this in the first round. You need to, just little tips here and there.
Oh,
But that's how we connect. We just give each other tips.
nice. And you guys, I'm sure you guys do some sparring together, right? Is there ever a time where
yeah.
you're like, man, I'm like, se te pasa la mano or him?
No, you know what? He's my little brother, but he's my little big bro. So he is bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like when I was taller at him at one
Uh-huh.
point, right?
Yeah.
And we would spar, and I wouldn't go hard on him. So now that he's bigger, I'm like, hey, you don't have to go hard on me, all right?
Remember, bro, when he's
But-
on you? That's funny.
I mean, you got some people here in the comments section asking for a hookup on the plywood and stuff.
One more time.
Oh, you got some people here in the comment section asking for the hookup on the plywood. The Troy
Come to
Smug
Lowe's,
Buckler.
I will give you my discount. No worries.
It'd be like, you gotta come to my fights when they open up, right? They gotta buy tickets, support.
I know.
Definitely. Yeah, it's funny. People think like, oh, Lowe's too. Like you're doing so much, but
Yeah.
Lowe's just Saturday and Sunday. I like it. It's fun. Just dealing with customers and angry customers. It's funny to me.
What's the worst experience that you had working at Lowe's?
Oh man. You know what? Honestly, with me, it's not bad. I've got
Uh-huh.
cussed at a few times, but
Oh wow.
I've seen worse just with like my associates. But I think it's just because I'm always so positive. I don't get like that
Yeah.
much negative towards me. You know.
So where do you get the motivation or the energy to go inside the ring and want to take your opponent out?
Uh, Honestly, my motivation, my brother, just seeing him rise, and I think he has a different skill than a lot of people. And I know, like, even he has more skill than me. I'm trying to get on his level. Honestly, that's how I'm thinking.
How big is his smile right now?
I know he just passed by.
Jose Ramirez says Lowe's, North Fontana. Getting a
Yep.
lot of shout outs over here. Clarissa Sepulveda checking in as well. Muratalla. That's dope, man.
Hey.
You have a pretty good following.
When you look at your division, Gabe, who are some names that stick out in your mind that you respect as fighters?
Like in the bantamweight.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I think the biggest name is the one that just fought Donito Donaire.
Oh, now you're in a way.
Nayo, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's scary.
Or the monster.
Yeah, the monster.
Yeah. I think he's a beast.
Nice.
But there's a lot of names like my sparring partners, the professor. Yeah, there's a lot. Just too many.
Yeah. So you're in that division with Joshua Franco, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
he's
imagine
coming up soon,
you.
yeah.
I mean, would you guys ever fight if that
Come on,
presents
Chris.
itself?
Why are you trying to start some beef here?
El profe y el maestro.
I'm not sure how that works, honestly. And like I said, I'm not even looking at like them like that right now. I'm just because I'm barely starting, kind of.
Yeah, and Professor Franco, he has a title shot coming up against Maloney, I believe June 23rd.
On 23rd, yep.
Yeah, for the listeners, Franco also agreed to speak with us after the fight, so look out for that episode.
No, heck,
And,
yeah, he's gonna do good. I already know.
Yeah, hopefully, I hope he gets it.
Yeah, he has a tough opponent, but it should be a good fight. I think his opponent only has like maybe one loss.
And he's the main event too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a lot of exposure right there.
Yeah, what's the timetable that that you should be that you're coming back, Gabe? Do you know? Is there?
Yeah, early July.
Okay.
Mm.
Starting to stay busy.
Very soon, honestly. 2 weeks.
ESPN again?
ESPN again.
Dang, look at that.
Whew.
That is cool, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, let me shout out some people here. Clarissa Sepulveda says his smile makes all the customers calm down. That's why. Yeah, I believe that. I can see
Yeah,
that.
you know what? Yeah, I do get that a lot, but yeah, sometimes I can't stop.
Gabe, I have a question. What has teaching taught you about yourself?
Good question.
Oh, that's a good one. Just to always be respectful. Like no matter what age you're dealing with, just to always be respectful. That's what it's really taught me.
Has there ever been a time where you like how do you deal with your class management? I know sometimes kids act out. Like how do you calm them down? I have nephews myself, and so sometimes I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, what approach do you have?
Yeah.
The tough guy, the nice guy, what's your
Yeah,
approach?
honestly, it's just patience. I can never be mean. I just think there's so many ways to handle situations. And for example, I have a student, London. She's hilarious. She's the type to, I'll say, hey London, can you help me with this or help me with this tape to set up this table? And she'll say no. I'm like, London, come on. And she'll say no. I'm like, okay, that's fine, London. And then I'll choose another student. But then once I choose someone else, she comes next to me and she's like, okay, I'll help you. I'm like, oh, thanks, London. Let's do this. You know, so it's just, I think if you would have came negatively towards her, then you would have pushed her back. But just being positive and being nice, you just bring the kids towards you.
Nice.
Where do you think that you get that attitude from? The positive attitude?
Oh, just my parents, man. My parents, they've taught me well. And Yeah, just my parents. Shout out my parents.
Nice. What
Saludos.
Saludos. What are some of the challenges that you face in like as a teacher?
Honestly, I think it's not really a challenge, but people judge. Like they don't once they like I'll tell everybody, yeah, I do preschool teaching, and no one ever believes me. So I have to bring out my phone. I'm like, no, really, like, look, and they see me with my suit and tie, all dressed. But yeah, that's the number one thing. It just no one sees me as it, so it's kind of like, man, really, like,
Like you telling I'm a boxer too. Like, oh, I believe that. I don't.
yeah, oh yeah, they believe that definitely.
Yeah. I'm sure. Have you thought about teaching maybe later on, middle school, maybe high school, or do you feel like you're comfortable with
No, honestly, just because I've dealt with that, I think preschool would be the way for me.
Okay.
But yeah, those middle schoolers are tough. They're tough, and they're kind of like towards my height too. I can handle that.
Yeah.
But once they know you're a boxer, they're like, yeah, we can't mess with them. Hey.
Have you ever thought about? I know it's probably a long way down the road, but teaching boxing.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I just right now is just that's my goal right now, just to pursue boxing and see where I go from there.
Have you tried to convince your brother to go into teaching?
No, he's still I think he's doing online classes
Okay.
for college.
Mhm.
But we're kind of like a lot of people say we're kind of opposite. He's he's mellow and like a little more serious than I am, and I'm like the happy, gullible one. Like I was into school, I had to get my bachelor's, and he's more like, oh, I mean, we kind of pushed him to get his degree at least. So he is working towards that. But at first, he's more just like, oh, school is not really important, but I always thought it was important. So
Yeah.
like everybody said, you have to have a second option, and that's my second option right there.
Yeah, that's something that they highlighted a lot. I think Tim Bradley mentioned it, and some of the other commentators mentioned it. Sometimes fighters that's all they focus on, but it's good that you highlighted that, because a lot of boxers are just open. They're being open now to to having a second option or another source of income while simultaneously being fighters. So, like for you personally, how important is that?
Oh, very important. You never know it. Boxing is dangerous.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it is dangerous. And I mean, of course, my mentality is I'm always gonna win, but you just never know. So that's where that second option comes in.
Okay.
Let's go to some comments here from this comment section. Let's see. Jay Boogie says, "Who's your favorite fighter?"
Ooh, good one, Jay Boogie. Probably Canelo right now. And I know everyone loves Canelo, but hey, man, he looks nice in the ring. He can counter, strong. He has everything.
Nice.
All right, let's see. Go to some other ones. Not sure if it was already asked, but what was your amateur record, and have you faced any current pros in the amateurs?
My record is 38, probably 37, and 6 losses.
Okay.
So it's not much.
They're all national.
It's not much. I should have, like my brother Raymond. I think he has 90. 90 fights, and we started at the same time. It's just because I was older and smaller, so it was harder to get opponents for me. So most of my amateur fights was just like tournaments and like national titles.
Okay, and Jay Boogie's also asking, what current big names have come through your backyard gym?
Oh, many. Oh man, we had so many people
Yeah.
come to our backyard.
Mostly everybody in California.
Yeah, mostly like, man, you can name it. They've probably been back here.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. We have the ring in our backyard, and in the early days we would have sparring, and the sun would beat on it. So after like 3 to 4 rounds, our feet would start burning. We started jumping out the ring and everything. But now we have a whole cover, so
Oh, okay.
shade and everything.
How long have you guys had it? right there at your place?
The ring,
Genuine, like 10 years old.
like 10 years, huh?
Dang.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, like 10 years. So and we keep upgrading, so
Wow.
it gets nicer and nicer.
Nice. And yeah, your dad is your coach. How is it guys' relationship? They always highlight the importance or of a father son relationship. How's
Oh,
your
yeah.
guys'
It's motivation. That's my most motivation. No matter what I do or if I do something perfect, he's the one that's always like, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. And without that, I don't think I would get better. So I believe everyone does need that kind of support and motivation. And I think that father and son is definitely the best to have.
nice.
Do you feel a little bit of pressure now that you fought on national television and a lot of people watched your fight? You feel a little bit of more pressure now for your next fight?
Not really. Just I'm more excited. More excited to just put on a show.
You feel a little bit more pressure going back to class now?
Probably right when we open up again.
Yeah, how is that, man? It must
Yeah.
be weird, right? Because how many months were left for the school year? Three, something like that, maybe 2.5.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, everything is shut down. How was that,
Yeah,
man?
it's super. It's crazy. It was super crazy, but I mean, it worked out for me. I started training more. I was ready. I was more ready soon for boxing. So, and then I got this opportunity. So, it worked out great.
Yeah, you just celebrated your birthday right in March. You had to do it. I'm assuming indoors. How was that?
Yeah, in March. Yep. We
How, how,
didn't-
how was
that's
that?
and yeah, exactly. That's when it started. So yeah, we didn't do much.
Did your friends come at least and like honk? Do a little parade?
I wish. No, that's when it barely started getting serious. So
Uh-huh.
no, just at home.
Message them like, man, y'all didn't come through. What the heck?
Waiting for the honks.
Yeah.
What are some of your near-term goals, like in the near future?
Just to be champion, man. I really want to pursue this boxing, and I just want to be champion.
Do you see yourself moving up in weight? You mentioned that you were comfortable at your weight right now.
I don't see myself going up anytime soon.
Okay.
I have to gain a lot more muscle.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard for me to gain weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I eat those school lunches, man?
For real, huh? those
Lunchables, yeah.
them chicken patty sandwiches.
No, I remember those school lunches were good. The burgers, elementary.
Then it comes with a cookie and you get a juice and a milk. Dang, son.
Man, it's right.
Yeah.
How do you deal with say like student wise, like do you notice if they're dealing with some problems at home? How do you deal with that, or what are the parameters for that?
Just honestly discussing with the parents, because I mean it's sometimes it is hard to like communicate with the children just because they don't speak at that level yet.
Yeah.
But we do. There's once you start getting to know children, you start seeing how they act and what's going on. So we start asking them questions, and then we'll go to the parents, and then from there we'll go to our managers and see what we do then.
I know 3 and 4 is very very young,
It's
but
young, man.
but
That's young.
do you see any like bullying starting at that age with them, and how do you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's why I love preschool, because we can teach them so much at this age. And like after every incident, we tell them to hug each other, forgive each other. You guys are friends. We're not supposed to do that to friends. And I think hearing that all the time makes children get along more.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this kind of random question, but what do you have in your playlist nowadays for music?
Oh, I listen to a lot of like hip hop and R&B.
Oh, okay. Any particular artists?
Let me see. Let me see my Apple Music.
Where are your parents from?
They're born in Mexico. Where were you born? Michoacan.
He said,
what
"Where
was
you
it?
from?" Michoacan.
Michoacan. Okay. It's party town.
Both my parents there. I think they left.
Your mom's from here, huh?
Oh yeah, my mom's here. My dad's there. I think he left at age 4.
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
Yeah,
Really young.
but yeah, we speak just English at our house. I know we always get that. You don't speak that much Spanish.
Oh, you don't? Dang,
No,
you just lost
yeah,
some
no,
points,
not
man.
really.
Sorry, listeners. Sorry.
But you know, I do. Out of all the siblings, I have 2 sisters, little ones, and my brother. I do speak the most though, so I'm
Okay.
taking
All
that.
right. There you go.
Do you ever get like students that only speak Spanish?
You know what? No, but I get not Spanish, but I get Chinese
Oh, okay.
or another language. I forgot the other language. I would have to go back and look at a picture or something, but man, yeah, those are, or even kids don't even speak at all.
Wow.
They won't speak at all, and that is it's super different. But the success on that is just later on you start hearing them say certain words and start getting comfortable, and you're like, oh wow, like I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of a name, but it's just like, oh Timmy, like good job, you know. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, no, I remember like my childhood preschool, like I had that bad separation anxiety and I wouldn't talk for weeks.
Dang.
And yeah, weeks, like it was that bad and very introverted, so very shy. So you really, the teacher's, her job is, man, it's very important to get the child out of that, that little funk, which is normal, right? You're so used to being with your mom for years and then it's like, okay, I gotta be here and away from her. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, no,
exactly. And the thing is just making it fun.
yeah.
At that age, you have to make everything fun for them. Because if it's not fun, they're gonna hate school.
Yeah. How do you keep them focused? Like, is there a set routine that you have, or?
Yeah, we do have a routine.
We're not gonna make you
But
sing.
it's
Don't
just-
worry.
It's just it's just involving everything and making it fun. Just like our art activities. I sit there with them. We call it circle time. That's when we do our songs, our ABCs, our 1, 2, 3s. After that, we play a game. Just you can't. What I've learned is you can't keep something with children that age. You can't keep it strict and very one-sided. You have to do so much things to keep them entertained.
Do you ever shadow box them? Like, do you ever show them any moves?
No. Man. Peace. It's just all peace in class.
Good answer.
Yeah. What about when you guys are training? What is that atmosphere like? Is your dad very strict, or you guys kind of laid back and just having fun? How is it?
No, I think it's kind of both. But yeah, when it comes to boxing, it's kind of like it is more serious. Less like I definitely talk less when I am boxing.
All right, we have a question from Sean from Just Boxing. Shout out to you, Sean. Is boxing something you'd recommend to young people as a means of building discipline and respect? Do you think it's
Definitely.
good for kids compared to other sports or extracurricular activities?
For me, it's humbled me at a young age. Just knowing that there are people that can like honestly beat you up. It gets you humbled. So I only say that just because I've met so many people that think they're on top of the world, and you just know they've never done boxing, but they still think no one can beat them. So I'm like, man, I definitely agree with putting your kids or anybody in boxing or any fighting sport. It definitely humbles. It shows you respect, discipline. But I'm like, for my kids, I wouldn't want them to do it as a career.
Mm.
That's just me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. What would you say if one of your students years later, maybe in their teens, came back and said,
I want to be just like
I
you
wanna
on
be just like
ESPN,
you.
knocking people out.
"I want to be a boxer"? What would you tell them?
Oh man, you know, I'd have to study what I'm gonna say.
Uh,
I wouldn't know what to say at the moment. But you know what? I mean, then again, like for the people that do want to pursue, you really have to love the sport, and you really have to, man, just have some skill as well. You can't just jump in there and think you're gonna make a career out of it. You know.
yeah.
What would you say is the most difficult part for those who may be thinking about it? Maybe they're training in boxing right now. Maybe they want to pursue a career in it. What would you say is the most difficult part about boxing?
Just the consistency, just the training. It's hard training. You got to do it every day. You got to do something every day. And probably the what I've seen and learned is the dieting.
Hmm.
I know that's the number one
Oh
that
yeah.
everyone hates.
What do you eat on your cheat days? Some tortas, some tacos.
Oh
What do you?
man, I eat everything. I eat a lot. I really do. And I think after my fight, I had I think In-N-Out.
Ah,
Right after my fight, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that because after the fights, do you guys have to stay in Vegas for a couple days, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, so it doesn't make sense to me, but they do allow us to stay another day, but we would still have to be quarantined.
Mhm.
So once after the fight, we just packed our bags and we left.
Mm. So how, like, entering the arena? How weird is it? Do they have to take your temperature? Do they have to tell you guys to sanitize your hands? What is that like?
Yep, it's definitely different, but honestly, it's been well, we've been dealing with this for 3 4 months, kind of getting used to it. But yeah, it definitely is different. I think every time we would get off the shuttle and go into the cafeteria, we would have to get our temperature taken.
ah, okay.
Oh, you know what? They took my temperature and they're like, you know what, sir, can you go on the left side? And I was like, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Dang.
But it was just it was so hot in Vegas. Just the walking into the arena, I guess it got me a little hot. But
Uh-huh.
after like 5 minutes, they checked my temperature again and they're like, oh, sorry about that. Sometimes the heat. I'm like, oh, no problem.
Yeah, that Vegas heat. Yeah, there was some fighters, right? Or a coach that tested.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I believe
Oh, man, yeah.
Michaela Mayers, one of her trainers, tested positive. I think she tested
I think
positive.
she tested
She
positive.
was the one who tested positive.
She
And
was,
one of
yeah.
the managers for
But I've heard that
Yeah.
she's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I heard that
Yeah.
she took another test.
Yeah, that was interesting because she was saying that they were telling her that she had it a couple months ago, but that the traces kind of remain, I guess, in your bloodstream or I don't know. But she never showed symptoms. She was never sick. I guess she just showed traces of it. So her fight had to be canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, something was iffy with that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then last night, Les Pierre, I think one of his managers tested positive, so they didn't allow him to fight.
So it wasn't Les Pierre, just his manager.
That's what I
Yeah,
read. I don't know if he.
manager. That is
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think they pushed it till next month, so they're coming back next month.
oh okay. That's not that bad then. I know I would have been man, I would have been mad. But my manager really? Not even me?
Yeah. All right. J Boogie says Denny's. Blanca Rivera says carne asada.
Nice.
Those sound good.
Shut up, Blanca. Blanca, let's tell her, let's do it.
And then Sean says you're educated and hardworking. That alone is a terrific example for young people. Do you see yourself as that, like as a role model, as an example, or do you just
You
kind of?
know what? I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to be educated and be a boxer. You know, I've always had that in my mind. So it definitely opens my eyes when people are like, "Oh man, you are a big influence. You are." So, man, I'm humbled. I'm honored to be that for people out there.
Nice.
Definitely.
If you weren't a teacher or a boxer, what's something else that you would have liked to have done?
Ooh.
I would definitely look into social work.
Okay.
Mm,
Nice.
that's dope, man. What college did you go to? Cal State San Bernardino? Is that
In
right?
San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cal State University in San Bernardino.
Dope. Did you like school? Like you were a school person?
Yeah, I was a school person.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think I did. I finished 5 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I got my bachelor's.
Have you thought about going back for your masters? Is that in the goals?
You know what?
Masters
As of
in
right now,
boxing.
no.
Masters of boxing.
PhD in boxing.
Yeah, I use boxing now, and that bachelor's kind of killed me. It was tough. It was tough at the end.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, hopefully we see you back soon. Hopefully that happens. You said July, right?
Yeah, early July. Yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty for sure. I just don't know a date yet, the exact date.
So what does training look like right now? You just came off a fight, big knockout. What does your training look like right now? Knowing that you'll probably fight in next month.
Oh yeah, just the same. Just still working hard. I kind of didn't even take a break. Just right back on it.
Did you get tired at all that one round?
No,
No.
but I'm always preparing to do more rounds. So you just never know.
Nice. The next fight, how many rounds are you planning to do for next bout?
I think it's still 4.
Still 4. Okay.
Yeah.
What does your dad say? When do you think he'll want you to move to like a 6-rounder or an 8-rounder?
I think two more from when we talked about it. 2 more fights.
Okay.
Start jumping up. Yeah, because that's kind of how my brother Raymond started. Because he's doing 6 now.
Nice. And did you see the last fight with Greer Jr.? I know he's in your division.
Yeah.
What did you think about that performance?
Dang. Yeah.
I was shocked
Mm.
that guy had a nice left hook. But you seen Greer at the end. He should have put that pressure in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
But I seen the interviews. He knew it. He was just kind of late on it. But
Yeah, that is one of the things he mentioned, that he wished he would have found that out earlier in the rounds. That pressure that he applied to Michael Plania, I believe is his name. Hopefully, I'm not saying it wrong. But that was a
Yeah.
great fight, man, and a great upset. Pretty sure we all
Yeah,
love
that was-
a good upset
that's
story.
so crazy.
And it was, just his emotion at the end of the fight and him saying like that's gonna change his life. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, good for him, man. He had that killer left hook.
Have you sparred any of them too, or
No, I haven't. Mm-mm.
would you welcome that? Like if they called you like, hey, would you like to spar? Do you guys normally stay away from people in your own division? Like, you know what, we're gonna fight each other down the road, maybe not, or would you take that?
I'm not really sure. Like, I wouldn't mind, but I think once I start getting on that same resume
Mhm.
that I would be scheduled to fight him maybe one day, that's when I would probably stop the
Mhm.
sparring. But right now it would be cool.
Yeah, because we understand that sometimes like I don't want him to see all my tools, all the what I got. I'd rather
Yeah.
stay a little mysterious, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are there-
Probably if I spar them, I'll probably just start doing something like this, not showing
Throw him
anything.
off. What about your promotional situation? Would you be willing to sign with anybody, or is there anybody in specific you'd love to sign with?
Everything's on offers. Whatever I get offered, they're the best. But I do like Top Rank, and my brother's with Top Rank, so that'd definitely be awesome.
Yeah, keep it in house, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty sure somewhere down the road they'll put you guys on the same cards.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Would you get nervous? Like, would you guys get nervous for each other?
No,
No.
nope. I know he could do his thing, and I'll do mine. But we definitely that would be awesome. It'll definitely give me even like more motivation. Both of us on the same card.
Yeah. What does your mom say? That both of you guys are boxers.
You know what? My mom is she learned to love the sport as well.
Okay.
So she's always supporting. We watch it every time it's on TV. We're as a whole family we watch it. So we're just like we're kind of all born into boxing.
Nice.
In your opinion, when do you think boxing will be back to somewhat normal? I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of things there in Vegas. The whole,
Mhm.
everything really, everything. The measures that they're taking to be safe. In your opinion, when do you think things will get back to somewhat normal?
I'm hoping at least in 2 more months, 3 more months. But for these next 2, 3 months, I think it's still gonna be the same. No audience.
Mm. All right, it's almost 4:45, so we gotta get we gotta let Gabriel go to train soon. So, Chris, any
I
last
got
questions?
training. That's why.
He's like, damn, training.
Time to train. Just
Kind of
any
forget.
last messages that you have for the people that are watching this now, that are watching it through our channel? Any last messages?
Yeah. Just thank everyone for supporting, and my next fight I'm gonna put on a show, and yeah.
Classes in session.
Shout out your sponsors and
Yeah.
your camp and your team.
Yeah, Puro Golpe, sponsor, shout out sponsor. Who else was on my trunks? I forgot. Capital Protection and Draft Cuts. Thank you guys so much. Shout out my teachers too. My co-teacher, Miss Ashley, another Mr. Gabriel. Who else? Miss Tati, Miss Reggie. Um, my family. You always gotta show love and support to your family, and everyone else that's just helped me with my training, the support. That really gives me motivation. So thank you guys for always being there for me and tuning in.
Cool. What message do you have for people that are thinking of going into the education industry?
I'll definitely do it. I mean, if you love kids, you got to do it for the kids. You can't, when it comes to education, you can't really think about the money. You have to think about the children. So if you're willing to do it for the children, then I support it definitely.
Hey.
One last question. Let me send a shout out real quick. Big shout out to Gabriel from Omar and Daisy. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. Puro golpe. You got some shout outs here. But my last question would be, what's the main thing you try to teach your kids? Like if it was one thing that they had to walk away with at the end of the year, what do you think it would be?
Because with me, I'm sure everyone has different teaching abilities, but me is just respect and being kind. That's how I really live my life, just being respectful and kind to others, and I'm gonna share that with the children I teach.
Hey, there you go.
Man, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you guys so much. Anytime, hit me up.
Hey,
All
there
right.
you
Get
go.
someone talking in.
We'll be watching you closely and your brother as well. But yeah, once again, thank you, man. We know you're busy. We know you just came off a fight. Got to go back to training,
Yeah.
So much respect from our side, man. You put on a great show last week for ESPN Top Rank.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, man. You guys are super cool, and yeah, I'd love to do one of these again.
Hey, there you go.
There you go,
That's
man.
what's up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
Gabriel.
shout out to my manager, Robert.
Hey.
Everybody else, RGBA. Thank you guys.
Big round of applause for Gabriel. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure, where can they follow you, Gabriel, before we get out of here? Where can they follow you?
On my Instagram, San_Gabriel_. Yeah, everything else, TikTok, San Gabriel.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Gabriel Muratalla, 3-0. Preschool teacher by day, knockout artist by night. He's going to go back to training, so we'll let you go, Gabriel. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. You guys have a good one.
Me too. Thank you. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for all the shout-outs for Gabriel. I'm pretty sure that's very motivational for him as well. Busy guy, man. Busy guy.
Yeah.
Preschool teacher. He has a weekend job and a boxer. Trains every day, so much respect to Gabriel, man.
Yeah, it's just like Sean said. He's an example. He's we talk about how sometimes in boxing you only have boxing, and just like this pandemic showed, nothing's always secure. So it's always good to have other options. A teacher, crazy, cool.
Teaching lessons in the ring and at school as well. And once again, thank you all you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Sean, for your great questions and comments. Make sure to check out Just Boxing Live as well. Just Boxing Foundation. You guys can find it on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. All right. Shout out to Xicana Boxing as well. She was here earlier. Make sure to check out Xicana Boxing on all your favorite platforms as well. Very good friends of ours. Anytime we get, we're going to shout you guys out, man.
Yeah, and then shout out to all the supporters of Gabriel. And very, they're very active here on the live chat. You can tell he has a good backing. So without the fans, it really is
It's lonely.
It's
You
lonely.
can't get lonely, man.
Yeah.
If you don't hear them cheers behind you, or the comments or the messages, things like that. But once again, much respect to Gabriel. We'll see if school comes back to its norm, right?
Yeah.
When school starts again, and then boxing as well. Still a little weird. We talked to Stitch Duran, the permanent cut man for those top ranked fights, along with Mike Bassel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely a different experience, but everybody's kind of getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's glad to see that a lot of people are taking advantage of this situation. Gabriel is one of them.
Yeah.
Fighting on ESPN top rank, big opportunity, and he took full advantage of it.
And that's the kind of exposure it gives you. If it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have probably not have met him till like later on in his career. So it's great that we got to meet him, got to talk to him, see the other side of him, not just as a fighter, but as a teacher, as a brother, as a son. And so great to see that
As
side
a
of
mentor.
him as a mentor. Yep.
Right?
So it's great to see that. Him just being on that stage. It brought the conversation of just having something else, not just boxing or being a mentor or being a light for other people. And so it's great that he got the opportunity to get another win, but also to share his message and to share a little piece of his life.
Yeah, so that's our time, folks. We doubled up 2 episodes today. If you guys didn't catch the last one with Stitch Duran, it's up there on YouTube now, so check that out. And just once again, thank you guys. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Against the Ropes podcast on YouTube. Make sure to follow us, man. Make sure to follow us. Against DA Ropes on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And before we get out of here, I'm going to send a big shout out to our good friend Dr. Ooze, too. Dr. Ooze podcast. Make sure to check out his podcast. He has a lot of exciting new episodes coming out. He joined us a few episodes ago. It's down there. His ad is down there in the description at Dr. Ooze podcast. So make sure to check that out. Show him some love. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and we'll be back, Sunday for 97?
Yeah, we'll be back Sunday. Shout out to our good friend Victor Rodriguez, who won yesterday. He improved to 3-0, unanimous decision. He'll be joining us on Sunday, probably around 2 p.m. So stay tuned for that. We'll be announcing it on Instagram. So stay tuned for that, man. And we'll probably have Jose Martinez as well joining us.
Hey.
Both of them fought yesterday. And yeah, man, just stay tuned. We'll be back soon.
Peace.
Chris.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back soon. Peace.
Michael, you already know I said I'm a fun guy.
Hola amigos, soy Juan Francisco Gallo Estrada. Quiero mandar un saludo para mis amigos de Contra las Cuerdas. Échenle muchas ganas. Un abrazo, muchas bendiciones.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. You know what mine is? Let's box, bitches. It's almost fight night.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Against the ropes. Huge shout out to Against the Ropes. Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the ropes, always doing the right thing.
Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time on y'all day.
Against the Ropes, #1.